Next question I have is for Leila. Leila, you mentioned in your comment earlier an example of power purchase agreement, mini grids. In your opinion, what are the must for a success in a mini grid project? You know, what are some of the elements of success, of successful mini grid project?
So first of all, I'm not going to pretend to be a sector specialist. We have sector specialists living here, and I'm looking at one right there, Ali. So I'm not a mini grid or sector specialist. So just in my very humble opinion, and Ali can come and shoot me in the head if I say something wrong, I think when it comes to mini grid, obviously, as I mentioned before, location is very important. Also making sure that the local authorities that you are going to be implementing the project, you know, around is actually enabling and cooperative and want saved by the bell. So the local authorities needs to be people who are willing to work, who are open and engaging to make your work easier. Obviously regulations and policies, but I think they need to be very simple. We talked about yesterday capacity. So obviously building capacity within relevant institution within the government, so local authority and also the PEC and GAR, the equivalent of PEC in local authorities, is quite important. And I think when it comes to mini grids is also ownership within the community. So, you know, when you have Yemeni local contractors, for example, people who are, you know, who have jobs created because of this mini grid and that sense of ownership, only then this creates sustainability and allows basically for things to last even after our interventions. Affordability is also important, right? We want the sector to be financially sustainable, and when we're talking about mini grids and bringing, for example, private sector to mini grids, it needs to be financially feasible for investments, and there's a challenge because normally mini grids are more rural focused, and especially if we're talking about rural electrification and using mini grids for rural electrification. So how can we create the proper tariff, for example, framework that takes into account subsidies for those who can't pay, but also in the longer term makes the whole project or intervention financially bankable. I think that's also something to consider. Again, not an expert, but this is my humble opinion. Thanks.
For someone who's not an expert, you touched on all the issues, so thank you very much.
المؤتمر الوطني الأول للطاقة نحو وطن متعاف بطاقة مستدامة.